Okay. You guys just want to introduce yourselves?
Jim and Sharon Menke.
Okay. First question: how and when did you meet each other?
At work, January 1960, February 1967.
Rockwell Collins.
Were you attracted to each other from the beginning?
No.
No. We just were friends, visited. Yeah,
Mhm.
just friends.
What personal qualities did you begin to notice in your future spouse?
We both liked a lot of the same things. I mean, we both went to the same church. We both had big families,
And we shared the same faith.
Yeah.
At which point did your relationship become more seriously romantic?
Would have been in fall of '68, summer to fall of '68.
Had you ever experienced being in love before you met your future spouse?
I hadn't.
I don't know. Might have thought I did. Might have thought I had. I thought you did too. No. Okay.
When did you know for sure that you wanted to marry?
After a lot of soul searching.
We dated for a couple years, I think. So at least we knew each other, and we went. We
I think the late fall of 1968.
we had a lot of group get together. We had friends. It wasn't necessarily single dating. It was a lot of group things.
Did religion play a role in the type of person you were interested in marrying?
Absolutely.
It helped. It was a help. Yeah.
Can you describe what it was like for you to begin talking about getting married?
Well, there were, I still had to finish school. I was working construction. I went back to college. So the timing was different. I was a co-op engineer. I came back as a co-op engineer back at Rockwell Collins. And in the spring of '69, and then originally we were going to get married when my twin brother got back from Vietnam, but then we moved it up. We got married in May of '69.
Jerry enlisted. He extended his enlistment, and my sister was supposed to be my maid of honor, and she wanted to. She was pregnant, and she wanted to. It was her. Actually, she picked the date because she wanted to. It was her last day working at the phone company, and she didn't want to be near a due date when we got married. So, and that would have been Eric, we got married at the end of May, and she had a baby in August.
What did you do to begin preparing for the wedding ceremony and married life?
When Janet wanted the wedding before she had her baby, we were originally going to get married in September when my twin brother. Well, first my twin brother was going to be back from Vietnam in July, but he extended to within 5 months of due date, so he could come straight home from the service. So he extended till like September 20th. Well, Janet was expecting a baby late August, so she asked if we could move the wedding up. So we looked at the calendar and we picked May 31st, and that was early or mid-March. I was on an industrial tour, or I was leaving for an industrial tour that day. This was Easter Sunday in '69. So we had to make arrangements for the church, get a photographer. We had to get invitations. We had to get invitations out. We had to get to Parish Hall. We had to get food ordered, flowers ordered, and
The cake, which
the
my
cake. And we had a wonderful cake. It was made by her
cousin,
aunt.
no, my cousin.
Yeah, her first cousin. So so we had a lot of arrangements to make, and of course some of them were kind of hard because we worked night shift. I was a co-op engineer at Rockwell Collins on a night shift, and or did you work graveyard? You worked night shift too. So so it's kind of hard to put that, and of course we had to get clear up to Independence to get our marriage license because the wedding was going to be in Fairbank in Buchanan County.
We worked 90 miles away from where we were going to get married, so you kind of had to.
Yeah. Did your marriage preparation involve meeting with a priest, a minister, or another married couple?
No, we met with a priest, and we had met with a priest that fall before, and had counseled with him, and then we couldn't get the RCIA classes because they were in the evening, so we had RCI. Our RCI classes were on vinyl record, and then we met with priest.
Mm-hmm.
Did you talk about the possibility of having children and raising a family before you married?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, we talked about having 5 children.
Did you both agree on the timing and number of children?
Well, there certainly was no discussion about timing, and we hoped we had. I came from a family of 10. Sharon came from a family of 5. We certainly hoped to have several children.
Did you feel that you were ready for marriage at the time you got married?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was 24. You were 20.
No, you were 23, and I was 24.
Yeah.
Soon to be 25.
I think you need to either spend time I think you need to spend time away from other people, either going to school or having a job before you get married. Don't go from living at home to getting married. I think you need some time in there. But a lot of people back then, in the 60s, didn't always do it. They would graduate from high school and get married right away. So
Really?
Yeah.
Can you describe your wedding?
Oh, in Immaculate Conception Church in Fairbank. It was beautiful. Family. We had the most beautiful wedding cake, and a lot of our friends. I mean, there were a lot of our friends in Vietnam, but friends that weren't in Vietnam were there.
And when you're from a small town, a lot of his family were there. Pretty much the whole town comes. I mean,
Really?
Yeah.
How did you decide where it would be, who would officiate, who would be invited, where the wedding reception would be, and so on?
Well, it was going to be at Sharon's home parish in Fairbank, and the pastor was going to officiate. And we had the priest that had counseled us had come there also to participate, and family and friends, and had a wonderful turnout. Like she said, her cousin had made the cake. We had the most wonderful cake. We had a wonderful ceremony, a wonderful reception, and then the immediate family met over at Kern's home, and that evening, then my folks headed out. You know, they were from a dairy farm, so they had to get home to milk the cows.
Well, one brother stayed home to take care of it.
One brother didn't make it. One brother stayed home to take care of the cattle the day of the milk the cows the day of the wedding.
Although he had a brother, Morris, and his wife kidnapped the bride and took her in their little camper, not knowing, to another town.
Okay, can you elaborate on that? What happened?
Well, I don't even know how they quite did it. I ended up, they kidnapped me and took me to Hazelton into a tavern. Well, it was a restaurant.
And my sister-in-law thought it was funny.
Yeah. And I don't know how we actually. Did you ever find out about it until we got back?
No.
No. Eventually, they brought me back, but yeah, that was kind of a tradition. Some of this stuff is kind of traditional, but not. That wasn't traditional.
It was just Judy's idea.
That was Judy's idea. That's not. That was. If you want to know what Judy looked like, she looked a lot like Karen looks. If you look at Karen, that's what her mom looked like. So, but Judy was kind of a Judy. She wasn't afraid to do things. That's for sure.
What is most rewarding about being married?
Well, certainly raising a family is very rewarding. Um, certainly watching the kids grow, and well, seeing the kids develop, and it's just wonderful to see grandchildren, seeing the grandchildren develop. Wonderful to have someone to share your life with.
It's good to have somebody to talk to, and even if we don't talk a lot, at least when we have important issues, we can talk about them.
What is most difficult about being married?
Well,
Agreeing with each other all the time. It's hard to agree with. If you have two personalities and you don't always agree.
we share a faith, but we certainly don't share political views, and we always cancel each other on every election. Almost.
Almost, not always, because we both pretty much vote independent, so we might cross over. You might vote for a Republican here and a Democrat here, rather than straight party. So we don't always cross each other out. And we pretty much agree on a lot of the things. We don't agree on everything, that's for sure. But
What kind of support system do you have for your marriage?
Well, I think it's important that you support from your families, your brothers, your sisters, and we try to get together with my family. We try to get together with her family. The family I'm from, 14 of us, family and friends, went to Alaska cruise, 2-week cruise this summer. Before we toured the West as kind of a family. Her family doesn't do that many things together, but they're all live close by. So we're Sharon's mom's still alive. We're always up there at Christmas. We try to get together here at Thanksgiving. We always try to get together at Easter. We celebrate together, both families.
yeah, I think one of the important things for us, and I'm hoping a lot of people, is to have good parents. The wife have a good set of parents, and the husband have a good set of parents that like each other. I mean, his parents were wonderful, and my parents were wonderful. I mean, I'm not saying they're perfect by any means, but they were very supportive. And even if two people that get married don't have parents, but have maybe one parent or a sister or brother you need somebody to talk to and get together with, rather than just the couple. The couple needs somebody to talk, more family than just each other. I think is important.
If you could relive one moment during your dating period, engagement, or marriage, which moment would you choose?
I think marriage. Yeah.
The wedding day itself?
I think the birth of the children, the sacraments for the children, and the weddings of the children. Yeah.
Well, he says one, so which one would you want to do?
I mean, if we were just going to relive one, I guess it would be the wedding.
Okay. Same answer for you, Grandma?
Yes, it was a good day, and it was things, and it did rain, and
Rained a little bit.
and rain is supposed to be good luck on your wedding day. So far, so good.
In your opinion, what is the most important thing that every person should think about before getting married?
Well, I think it was very important to us that we shared a faith, and I think that's a very good starting point. I think people aren't to be just completely alike. Sometimes completely different, but certainly you have to share values, and we both share our faith, and I think that's paramount.